When we decided to move to Spain, we had several important tasks to complete. We had to figure out what type of visa to apply for, how to apply for a visa, what to do with all our belongings, and how to get to Spain. Hey everyone, I'm Jim Garza, a cruise ship and world traveler. Welcome to my travel channel. 7 years ago, I decided to quit working, sell all my belongings except for a backpack, some clothes, and a computer bag. Recently, my girlfriend and I decided to move to Europe. We had to figure out what to do with all of her belongings because it would be too expensive to move all of it to Europe. And let's face it, there's just too many things that we simply do not need to take with us. My girlfriend, being as smart as she is, decided to have an estate sale. I completely missed the boat on that one. When I got rid of all my stuff, I just went through Craigslist, and that was a hassle. There's pros and cons to both methods, and I'll talk about that in a future video. After her estate sale, we were able to boil everything down to 15 pieces of luggage. Our next challenge was figuring out how to move all our stuff to Europe. There's really two practical ways of doing it. We can fly to Europe, or we can take a ship. We opted to take a ship. I do enjoy cruising, and I've traversed the Atlantic 6 times on a cruise ship. There are many benefits of traveling by cruise ship than traveling by air. If you have the time, I would highly recommend taking a cruise ship. A cruise ship offers you the following. Comfort. On a cruise ship, you have your own stateroom with a very nice, comfortable bed and room service. Meals. You can eat pretty much anytime you want, 24 hours a day on most cruise ships. You can go to the buffet, or if you prefer, you can go to the dining room and be waited on. Entertainment. Most cruise ships offer professional singers and actors to entertain you, usually starting around noon to well past midnight. And most cruise ships have nightclubs. Time changes. You will experience time change whether you go by cruise ship or by plane. The difference is, when you go by plane, you will experience jet lag once you arrive. On cruise ships, the time changes are gradual. So by the time you get to your destination, you're all set. If you decide to go by plane and a baby starts to cry, you're kind of stuck. If you're on board a ship and the baby starts to cry, you can just move to another part of the ship. Unless, of course, that baby is yours. Then you're kind of stuck for 18 years. Costs. The cost of a first-class plane ticket is about the same as the cost of a suite on board a cruise ship. If you go economy, you could probably buy a fare on a cruise ship with an interior cabin for the same price. Luggage. Most airlines now charge a substantial fee for luggage. Cruise ships do not. We had 15 pieces of luggage, and that would have been very expensive had we bought a plane ticket. Since we took 15 pieces of luggage on board this cruise ship, nobody batted an eye. We paid porters $50 for embarkation and $50 for debarkation to help us with our luggage. And it was very seamless. We rented an SUV one way to travel from San Antonio to Fort Lauderdale. We also made sure the SUV was large enough to accommodate all our luggage. We spent 16 glorious days on board the cruise ship, spending most of our time in the gym, in the hot tub, and in the dining room. Okay, who are we really kidding? We spent it in the gym only. If you have any questions, drop me a line. I'll try to answer as many as I can. And in the meantime, like and follow for more. And I will see you on the other side.